I am Kesten Rono, and you're here for day 63 of A Course in Miracles. Let's dive right in. Principle of Miracles. We are reviewing the principles of miracles. Number 3, miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything that comes from love is a miracle. Everything that comes from love is a miracle. Quick review. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They are all the same. All expressions of love are maximal. Let's relax our language about declaring what any piece of information must be framed as: big, hard, scary, sad, horrendous, joyous. That all of these are accepting a charge that we are telling ourselves based off of some past experience, or to assimilate into the way that everyone else believes they must feel. But I don't know about you, most people around me are not considering an abundance of expressions of love occurring naturally at all times, that there is another way of looking at this, that there is something we are foregoing about our life, our livelihood, as we donate our energy to ideas of fear and illusions, that we are working, so insofar as we are working way too hard. That anything could be too hard at all is, of course, the joke, even as I say it now. That miracles, the idea of waking up to noticing expressions of love, that miracles are occurring all the time, even if we are not noticing, and that to participate in this miracle is to become its idea, to become love, an expression of love, to get more aligned with our source if we declare that our source is God and God has created out of love. We are stepping away from this allegiance to a false God, some idol that we are using to keep us safe because it keeps telling us a story. We keep telling ourselves a story that if we do not attack, we will be destroyed. So we are learning about this process of forgiveness, which tunes us into the miracle occurring all the time, which allows us to relax our language about what is hard or not, as we are always one step away from God's love. It is time and space and our perspective. So we choose to notice the effects of our thinking, that there are no neutral things because there are no neutral thoughts. And we are choosing to relax our thoughts in the name of truth. As we come into truth, we relax, because whatever is revealed thereafter will be the truth. That if we are fighting to insist that some untruth exists. The truth simply is the unconditional, the wholly unchanged love simply is. It is our insistence that something else must be in order for us to demand structure, being blind to the idea that there is a functioning system within this architecture that God has created. We do not need to organize anything. And as we do, we are gaining conscious control of some flow of miracles, we hope, misguiding our own discoveries, because we are learning that if we get power through control over someone else, over our own emotions, we are creating some cycle of lack, that we believe we have abundance because someone else does not, or that we did not previously and now we have more money, or whatever the item is that we are giving our allegiance to, faith in some idol. We think that that is what is causing us some kind of growth, that we have a material gain and therefore we are more powerful. Yes, could we flex a power over somebody else? Totally. But what if everyone you were talking to believed in a fundamental set of laws that invited them to forgive, that when they forgive, they feel lighter, and you have the opportunity to feel lighter? What if it was their fundamental way of seeing the world that we need not attack, that we are not under attack in this situation? My life is not being threatened. Perhaps then, and each iteration of something like this, I learn this lesson more fully, but we can lean on at least the idea of Christ, who faced death, who was mocked and destroyed, slandered, assaulted, beaten, stabbed, tortured, and still kept his allegiance to God and to forgiveness, that there must be something about this. Thank goodness there is a story, at least, even if it is being misused and mistold at times now, for people to discover their own relative power and gain. But thank goodness there is a story that you cannot stamp out, one that highlights the power of forgiveness and the opportunity for miracles. What a blessing. Thank you for allowing us to notice this. All miracles are the same with regards to difficulty, and all miracles are expressions of love, and all expressions of love are maximal, even if that breaks the way that we can consider it, that we are opening our mind to a new set of principles and laws, which are inviting us to realize that if we are giving in the name of love to ourselves, offering forgiveness, breaking the cycle of attacks, that we are stripping ourselves away from the illusions or noticing them for what they are. And in any case, allowing them peace, allowing us peace, allowing them to dissolve in the name of truth. Miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. We touched on this yesterday, but we don't even have to consider it, at least from our physical identification. If we continue to affirm this and only this, yes, of course we will be destroyed. This body will eventually have to go. It is constantly being turned over, and I hope being replaced with healthy cells, provided that I can allow myself ease in what I'm eating and digesting, ease in how I'm moving, ease in my mindset, and therefore a stress reduction, ease with regards to the amount of chemicals that I inundate myself with, ease using full spectrum incandescent lighting rather than LED, ease in respecting a night cycle, ease in noticing the sun and the moon and the stars, ease in being outside, remembering that there is something special about what it is to be and also to be provided for, gratitude for shelter, gratitude for safety while I rest, gratitude for times to reflect, gratitude for all the ways that my dog snaps me out of my spell and showers me with love and excitement and connection and protection. That something is being highlighted for us. Something else is going on here. Where has all of this come from? And why do we find more comfort when we can be provided for in and with nature? That something about ritual in nature, wherever it is enlivening. And something about living in a concrete jungle, infinite laws, taxes, lies, ideologies, is stripping us of our very core of focus and our sovereignty of mind. What is there as we let it go? Perhaps then, as we become purer in our thoughts, as we release more ideas about ourselves, this is not a challenging concept to understand. You've been upset about something. If you let it go, you feel cleaner. Let's just call that purification. As we purify our mind, that it gets less cloudy, we remove more things off the pile to be curious about what's below. As we do this, we notice more ease. As we do this, we are moving somewhere beyond all of the rigidness and lack and the bracing that we've been doing as a human in a physical body from that physical lens, being taxed to death, being poisoned to death, unless you can think outside the box and get creative about how you want to store your resources, what kind of food is important to eat, when it is important to just not eat? Where you can get clean water? Will you look at yourself so that you can look at your friends, your partner in the eyes? Will you notice a new connection? Will you notice that you are something far beyond only the beautiful power of having a body, a vessel to move and take action through time and space? What is that? Perhaps from that lens, our perspective changes. Perhaps from that lens, the source of miracles, love, becomes a little bit easier to evaluate. But for now, it's okay if we do not understand. We just need to know that miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. It is something that is designed as you are designed, even if you can't see it. That we are allowing ourselves to give credence to the invisible. We know energy signal exists in the invisible. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I would love to not be on Wi-Fi. A tethered home with fewer frequencies running through it. Tethered, I mean by cord. Something with outdoor access and less light pollution. But nonetheless, we have proof that there is something in the invisible. There's something in the invisible. That there is something, it's okay to admit that there could be something natural about some expression of love, that there could be part of how things are designed rather than seeing everything as being destroyed. Maybe we can see everything through this lens of love, our holiness. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. We are not here to get caught up in the spectacle of seeing that all laws we accept within our system have been broken, that something has magically, we would say, which would be a reduction from the level of miracle, that something has magically occurred. There's no explanation. It's not worth looking at anymore. How did it happen? We'll never know. It's a miracle, and we go right back to our system. That would be the spectacle only. That's the same as a reveal in magic. But there is something else going on. It is showing us all the proof that it needs to show us, is that there is some other way that energy can be moved and is moved that defies all laws that we are currently living within, that we accept even outside of a state, just the way that we believe physics and information must be shared. Even now, I admit, I'm just talking at you, at this computer, hoping that you're going to pick up the signal. But something else about us is connected. And I'm taking the easiest route that I've been trained into for myself, which is a great tool, speech, to transfer an idea from my mind into the invisible. And hopefully you see it. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. And as close as I can gather, every time I sit down and open this book, I feel some appreciation, if not love itself. And I bring to the table open-mindedness as I've been asked to do. May you feel comfortable exposing yourself to the same, but it is not a risk to be curious about your worthiness, your innate power, your abundance, and what could that mean outside of the ways that you have been trying to quantify it. You are complete as you are. What you want is yours. May you see a miracle or its idea in action, and may you accept that it is possible and that possibly the idea of love, which is not the most common tactic we see online for engagement. Instead, we see a cycle of attacks, reasons to attack, left versus right. Those are the bad guys. I'm the one who can save you. It's just a joke the more that you hear it, that we are each here to discover our own salvation, something in our mind, something innate to you. It's a very natural process for you to notice love being expressed. Please lay down your sword for your attack thoughts and try on love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything that comes from love is a miracle, no matter how big. May we notice love, or at least be curious about inviting it into our lives. 63. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. Compounding on this new idea after a review of the first 50, I am the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. Forgiveness is your function as you are the light of the world. One step further. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. So first, we declared ourselves the light of the world. If we are the light of the world, we have a true purpose. Our true purpose is to offer forgiveness. Okay, we accept that we are the light of the world and that we will offer forgiveness so that we may be happy. That's something about offering this function. Like, it's just what we are if we are the light of the world. We are the medium for forgiveness. That is how we discover our own strength and our own light, is by moving through this process of forgiveness wholly. That we must commit something rather than attack to this cycle of attacks. We are breaking the own chain with our own minds just to get started. We can do it just for a little bit. Find a small thing that you can forgive all the way. You can do it so that you may find happiness, true happiness. So if you are the light of the world and you are forgiving, what is the outcome? Not for you, which is happiness, for everything, to bring peace to every mind. Your forgiveness through the perspective of the light of the world, that would mean everywhere, all the time, everything. Does that sound impossible? It is impossible if we are looking at it from a physical lens, that I am only here right now, well, and on the screen and everywhere else, but that is me dematerialized. I'm cheating, using technology to mimic something that we can do with our minds. Maybe. Again, what is it when 100 monkeys learn how to fish that monkeys in other territories without communication also exhibit signs of fishing? What is it about us discovering something that allows us to pass that information through the invisible to someone else, to something else, without using words? We are more powerful than we assume. We notice things beyond our five senses. Do you accept? Or would you like to live how you live? Why are you here? Thank you for listening. Please repeat after me. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. One more time. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. It's specifically saying your forgiveness. You are the light of the world. It is you forgiving. Your forgiveness is somehow interacting with every mind. And what is it doing for them? It's bringing them peace. Of all things, peace. That's got to be one of the coolest things that you could do, right? You can do anything else you want today. There's lots of exciting stuff I know we look forward to, or that we're grooming ourselves into feeling comfortable doing. But wouldn't it be interesting for you to offer everybody, all minds, peace, and that your tool for doing this is simply forgiving? It is simple. I understand that there are going to be things that we feel that we could never forgive them for, but it is simple. Remember, no miracle is harder or bigger than another. All expressions of love are maximal, and all expressions of love are miracles. Simply allow yourself to understand that there is another law of love, that you have been tricked, or you have tricked yourself into accepting one of fear, hate, rage, sadness, depression, coercion. Pick your pick your term. Maybe I'll learn more terms. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. How holy are you who have the power to bring peace to every mind. Exclamation point. Yeah, I agree. How blessed are you who can learn to recognize the means for letting this be done through you? What purpose could you have that would bring you greater happiness? Oh, I guess this is exactly what I was trying to say. What could be cooler than you agreeing that you are the light of the world? That forgiveness is your tool, happiness is your reward, and peace is the outcome for every single mind. Okay. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. I would fulfill my function that I may be happy. I would remember this because I want to be happy. I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I am here. You are indeed the light of the world with such a function. This is so fun to read backwards and then read a new sentence. Maybe underlined again. You are indeed the light of the world with such a function. You, anyone reading this, you, that would mean all of us. How is that possible? Let's let it be. But you have a formless, limitless light imbued in you. You have a mind. You have a consciousness. It is connected to other minds. You can feel things in a room that wasn't by touch. Perhaps you've seen or noticed things before that didn't seem like they should be there. Perhaps you've heard things, your intuition speaking to you, even if these are in quotes that you haven't had telepathy, but you've been addressed. Something has asked you to look at something differently. What is that? The Son of God looks to you for his redemption. You are the Son of God. You are here to redeem yourself. It is yours to give him, for it belongs to you. Accept no trivial purpose or meaningless desire in its place, or you will forget your function and leave the Son of God in hell. You are the Son of God. If we are distracted and think that I need this or I need that for me to feel whole, then I'm reducing myself way below, who knows, the idea of a miracle, that I've discovered this magical idol which will keep me safe. All I have to do is guard it and make sure that no one ever steals it from me, that I have more and more and more of it. We have people who claim to be our leaders, business or politician otherwise, saying that they feel that they are controlled by an entity. Whether or not that's true, the entity can simply be an idea that they have given themselves allegiance to, and that causes them to seek more money and power, which they give away to other people who are able to coerce them. This is where our money goes. Everything that you earn, this is what we pay for other people to be sick and manipulate with it. Perhaps we are curious about other systems, that we can recognize this one for its illusions, say thank you for supporting me and getting me this far, and then choose to build in the name of truth where everything is settled with ease, in the name of love, as such would be a miracle in its own right once expressed. Now, without sounding too far out, the general principles of this other system are everything is built in the name of love and truth, or best effort in that direction, taking a step for that kind of excitement, charging our mind, charging our ideas, and therefore charging our creations with things that are building, compounding into the future, so that every child that comes in every generation is blessed with more and more and more. And we were excited to simply create and give in that name versus borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and being taught to borrow, that it is valuable, quote unquote, to borrow because the money you repay it in is worth less over time. That someone offering you this money is giving you any kind of service whatsoever, devaluing your savings in real time with every creation so that you can pay them back morally, consciously in debt to someone unable to be free. Even the house that you're in, you own it, but you pay a property tax to what? Sit there? To meditate? To be at peace? No, we are constantly mined. How else could we structure ourselves? What ideas of money just the one half of almost every other trade. What ideas about this thing they call currency, claiming ownership over ideas of electricity? Who's in charge? I'm in power. You are in power. You are the Son of God. You have access to infinite light, infinite energy. You can influence all minds with peace. Your own forgiveness is the tool for your own salvation, which is what allows the Son of God, which is you, maybe the collective, any of us, our forgiveness, your forgiveness, my forgiveness, is what creates the redemption for the Son of God, pulling you out of darkness, aligning you back with God's love, and every opportunity to recognize your invulnerability, your perfect peace, your perfect safety, your perfection. Because everything that was in the past will simply be an illusion. And if you can see in alignment with the Holy Spirit, you are breathing real life into yourself, into vision, accepting what it is that you are. And that is something to do with humility, that we are grateful for finally noticing we are sorry for our arrogance, running away and pretending that we could somehow outperform the gift that we were given, which is eternal perfection and peace. If you can never run out because you are abundant, why would you not give this away to every single mind that you would be connected to from the perspective of your mind? It's understandable if we cannot see it from the perspective of our body, but we are selling ourselves short. Accept no trivial purpose in place of your function to forgive and offer peace. Or the Son of God, you will be living in hell. What is hell? An allegiance to an idol, aligning with the ego, declaring that you know best, even though you know you are not at the end of time, the end of learning. You are not in the eternal realm of knowledge, that you are clamoring in the darkness. You're living in illusion. You'll never know what your best interest is. And even worse, you know from this book that you haven't tried on the purifying purpose of letting the stuff go that bothers you, letting stuff go of the way that you have hurt other people, and invite them to notice peace with you, to do everything you have, to do everything you want to do, to instill everything you have with an intention of love, that it all has a purpose for you, to reflect back to you your own opportunity to see your own light so you may breathe life into it with love. That is the miracle that you are becoming. And then you are capable of giving what you have, which is a newfound peace because of your decision to see life differently. You will be in hell if you are waking up to this idea and then choose to ignore it. Good luck. The same is true for better food, for scarce, hard asset, money, ideas of God, for your own movement, for taking care of your own body instead of outsourcing it to pills and side effects, to remember to go get light every day, to breathe fresh air, to drink clean water, to make it dark at night. Everything that is the opposite of the way we structure ourselves when we're in these concrete jungles. Tons of community and gratitude. A crushing of nature, including of your natural thought. That we are constantly fixing our gaze on our devices, looking down at the square of light instead of inside of ourselves for this light, or up at the sun and the stars, saying, thank you. I forgot I was connected the whole time. This is why it feels great to unwind. This is why you have vacation time, because you'll burn out and die, become sick if you only work for something that is ultimately not providing you true meaning. Your paycheck will never be enough, but it could be enough to offer some sustainability for you to take a breath and say, what else do I love more than I love feeling this way? I don't have your answer. I don't know how we mirror our allegiance, the way we idolize something, let's say like money, and how we think without it we will die, as we can see lots of examples of people suffering, where we imagine that people who have more money are not suffering, Sure, they have more leeway, but are they truly not suffering? Do you think that all people who are wealthy are not unhappy? I would imagine that many, because they are human, just have more resources to attempt to hide in their own illusions from their own diseases. And you can look across the news and see how many of these people have been honest to you. We start with ourselves, accepting how we have been. We decide to be honest with ourselves and to feel. What we notice, we forgive. We recognize through this process we are growing stronger and purer, that we need less power and control. We are at peace. We are learning what peace is. And somehow we are becoming less of whatever we were. Then what are we becoming? Maybe something beyond ourselves. Maybe something invisible, or at least connecting with it. What is just around the corner? May you notice with ease. This is no idle request that is being asked of you. You are being asked to accept salvation that it may be yours to give. You must know it to give it. You cannot give what you do not have, and the way that we have something is to become it. Then we know what it's like. Otherwise, we never know what it's like. Someone can tell you what it's like to do X, Y, and Z, but if you don't go do it, you'll never fully know. If someone tells you fire is hot, you don't have to touch the stove just to figure it out so that you truly know what it's like. But fire can do a lot of things. So if someone just told you fire's hot, never touch it, it's dangerous, well, you'd never have an amazing steak or learn some other tool with it. That all of this, what someone is telling us, is helpful. We want a community and minds connected to bring people up and to offer safety rather than to be viewing everything as some idea of attack. We're grateful for all of this. It would be so lonely to know nobody. And for those of us who have been without people, we know that that is lonely. And where does that lead us often? Well, it can make us feel depressed until we are grateful to be alone. Then we see ourselves. And as we notice ourselves, we move through this process. You are being asked to accept salvation that it may be yours to give. You cannot give what you do not have. And if you have it, you can give it. And what if what you offered was just a blessing to you and to someone else to give it, like a gift? You will never be in lack by having this opportunity of vision. On the other side of salvation, we are expecting, as much as we can expect anything, that we can notice what is true and what is an illusion. And if we are with truth, then we are with it forever. There's no trick. You can give your full self away. But that depends entirely on accepting our salvation and no trivial purpose or meaningless desire in its place. Or you will forget your function, that your function is to forgive. That is your role as the light of the world. Recognizing the importance of this function, we will be happy to remember it very often today. We will begin the day by acknowledging it and close the day with the thought of it in our awareness. And throughout the day, we will repeat this as often as we can. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. Please close your eyes. Let me read this to you again. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. That is a deep sentence to say. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. Wow. You, yes, you, say it. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. You. God has uniquely created you. You must therefore be connected to God. You are the means that God has created for the salvation of the world. What would that mean? That would mean peace for every mind. We have to know it to give it. Let's become it. If you close your eyes, you will probably find it easier to let the related thoughts come to you in the minute or two that you should be devoting to considering this. Do not, however, wait for such an opportunity. No chance should be lost for reinforcing today's idea. Remember that God's Son looks to you for his salvation, and who but yourself, capital S, who but yourself, capital W for who, and who but yourself must be his son. You is who, capital H, the spiritual you, not just your physical you. The you, the who. Self, yourself, you are self, you are it. Capital S, you are who. Yourself is who. Who are you? The Son of God, the light of the world. You are here to set an example through yourself and your way of being for your own awakening for salvation. Else you as a son of God will forget your function. You will give your allegiance to some other idol. You will bind yourself to those illusions. You will fall victim to attack thoughts. The ego will be in heaven because it finally has you fully in its grasp again, and it will desperately be trying to keep you from noticing the truth. You'll be right back to where you started, and that will be okay. That would be okay because you are divined to find salvation. And yet, it's possible from the idea that you could be creating everything in your holiness, it's possible that nothing will find salvation until you do. That you could literally be creating you here, your own peace. That if you can recognize that there is no difference between you and your illusions, there's no difference between what is around you, what's around me in this room, and what's in my mind when I close my eyes. All of it, including my eyelids closing, apparently creating a new world. No way. All of it is cast from the same thing. Our imagination, your mind as a creation of God. Challenging to accept? Exciting to think about? Is there a way that this fits? We will be happy to remember this today. We want to acknowledge it before we sleep, and we want to have awareness of it when we wake up. We want to repeat this idea. So please repeat after me. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. You are the light of the world. As the light of the world in this role, you have one function: to forgive. What is your incentive to forgive for yourself? Discovering happiness through this process of purification and salvation. What do you offer everyone else, every single other mind in the world through this process potentially? Peace. You are offering them what you have discovered for yourself, and you are willingly giving it away. That taking the step first to forgive is how you break out of your own attack thought cycle. It's how I break out of my own attack cycle. It's how we move beyond the perspective of inside of the system that says it's impossible to being curious on the outside of the system. The great undoing, the atonement, the chain of forgiveness. You are a vital part of it. There is no way for all there is to be clean if you will not accept this idea for yourself. That it is okay to have been however you have been. That you can look at that. Notice that it is not here now, except for you insisting that you change the chemical makeup of your body to feel poisoned by whatever it is that has been. That is not here now. even the happy thoughts. They're not here now. It's all here to illuminate to us that we only have right here, right now, and we are not meant to be able to grasp it. What is a moment? Should we judge it by a minute, an hour, a day? What is one? No, there is just here now is the idea. That's all that can possibly be true, is simply noticing what is and being curious about what it is. And if you could have anything and you could only have it right now, why do we pick anything other than peace? Least of all for ourselves. Why don't we want peace for ourselves if we do not believe that we have any kind of creative, inventive control, not as a means of power, but just as a practical matter of the architecture of whatever it is that consciousness is that is existing in everyone that we see, including ourselves, while we think that we're just a body eating whatever we want without any kind of mindfulness so we can tune back into the TV. I'm guilty of all of this. How do we recognize our innocence? Stop condemning ourselves. Wake up. Enjoy feeling healthy. And if you want to play in some way, go play without stress. But over time, be curious. Which one feels better? Which one feels better? What's the best way right now that I can choose to take care of myself? What is the most exciting thing that I feel right now that I might pursue? Is there something I can do for myself and for somebody else? The answer, as the light of the world to that question, is yes. I am excited to notice whatever it is that I notice. And if I find some incongruency with peace, I'm willing to look right at it. I do not come to you saying this as if I am better than you by any means. I see many ways that I feel discomfort, my own dis-ease. I say this to you as someone who is simply opening a book and is on day 63. And now I'm proclaiming that I'm the light of the world. my function is forgiveness. And by doing so, I bring peace to every mind. Okay. Okay. Do I want to be anything else? No. No. I could be the wealthiest man in terms of dollars. And the trade-off would be that I do not notice my own healing light and the opportunity for peace and to offer that to other people. No, thank you. No, thank you. But maybe one of the most valuable things that I can laugh about is touching something beyond our physical selves that brings peace and healing into this idea, this realm, that I'm able to share, even if I can't put my finger on it, even if I don't know what words to use, even if I don't know where it will be received. That maybe that offering, because of its scarcity, which of course is a joke, it's infinitely reproducible by everyone who could ever be. But that idea could be, as it seems scarce, but would be true when felt, even inside this system. That could be one of the most valuable offerings I could ever share with anyone. What would you give to someone who brought you that? At least I would give my gratitude. At least I would likely give them true connection to my emotions. I would tell them how grateful I am, or how this has helped me, or how it's changed me. Thank you. And if I had other means or ideas that came to me in my intuition, I would offer those. What use would I have for them? when my quest now must be to feel whatever it is that this person has felt. So, if I accept myself as the light of the world, if I dare forgive myself and forgive others, that I might be able to create some version of peace for myself and other minds, what a gift. What a gift. I accept this idea. I'm not clear that there could be any other way of anything else that could be more valuable into the infinite with wherever our minds go or are when we physically pass. What would be the most valuable thing for me to have discovered? Peace and its ability to share it. Maybe you find this interesting too. Maybe you do it because it's hard the first time. Maybe you notice through that you are stronger and that it is starting to break the laws a little bit because it's becoming easier. It's becoming easier. Does that mean it's less rewarding? No. We're shedding some idea that this needed to be difficult and scary at all. That it has to be hard for us to have worth. No, you are worthy. You are powerful. You're the Son of God. You are abundant. You can never run out of truth and unconditional love. They simply are. If you feed yourself with this, you are infinite in that sense. And if you are on your way using the truth, you are connected to the truth. You are complete. You're on the path connected with God, seeing yourself how you are as the realm of knowledge. That if you can forgive yourself fully and recognize any version of whatever salvation is, that you would feel love. And in your love, you would feel completeness. It wouldn't be about getting another material item or another course of knowledge. That all of those are exciting for sure. But they are not. They are not going to ever fulfill the completeness that exists on the other side of seeing yourself for what you could be, formless, limitless, love, and light alive right now. And appreciating that idea and realizing that waking up to it is the scarcest commodity, the most valuable thing you've ever discovered about yourself, that it exists outside of your current system of thinking. May you feel invited, humbled with the gift of what you are and noticing it. May you recognize it fully by forgiving wholly and stepping into an idea that is wholly unchanging, the infinite, unconditional love, alignment with truth, where you may bring everything to its altar and offer it. And all that will be left when everything settles with ease as we relax and release, all that is left is the truth. That is what is revealed. It's what's underneath all of this. Any noise you can add is just screaming. You think you're screaming into the abyss, the unknown darkness, but we're just making noise over the truth so that we can't hear God's voice, that everything is already ordered. You are being taken care of perfectly. Of course you are. Your Father knows all. Why would he set you up for despair and destruction? How could that ever be true? Even the story of Christ, did he bring him here to die? Or did he share an idea of forgiveness? And he still remains connected forever through the power of his mind, affirming his spirit with God. That's you, if you want it. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. I am the means God has appointed for the salvation of the world. I am Kesten Rono, and I am sustained by the love of God. See you tomorrow.